The dust rose before the sound, a trembling veil that shimmered over the plains as if the earth itself sensed what was coming. Then the thunder followed, thousands of hooves striking the ground in brutal rhythm, rolling toward the Apache encampment like a living storm. Children stopped mid-play. Elders lifted their heads. Warriors stepped forward, hands close to bows and rifles, eyes sharp and unafraid. When the herd finally emerged from the haze, it seemed endless. Horses of every shade, muscles rippling, breath steaming in the fading sun. At their head rode a single man in a pale shirt and wide-brim hat, reins loose, posture confident, as though the land belonged to him by right. He halted the herd with a raised hand, dust settling around him like the aftermath of a command obeyed. Red Willow, the Apache chief, rose slowly from beside the council fire, his silver-braided hair catching the light, his eyes steady with the weight of years. He had seen gifts meant to dazzle and offers meant to bind, but never this, a declaration made of flesh, muscle, and power. "I come in peace," the man called. "My name is Thomas Calder. I own the ranch beyond the ridge. I come with an offer." Red Willow stepped forward, staff tapping the earth once. "Horses speak loudly," he said, "but not clearly. Speak your purpose." Calder dismounted, removed his hat and held it to his chest, a gesture of respect that failed to hide the steel in his gaze. "My wife has been taken by your people." A murmur rippled through the camp, quickly silenced by the chief's raised hand. "No woman was taken," Red Willow replied. "She came wounded and afraid. We gave her shelter." Calder nodded as if expecting no less. "Then I want her returned, tonight, when Red Willow answered that she would not be forced. Calder gestured toward the vast herd behind him. "I will give you 1,000 horses. Strong stock, enough to carry your people through winter and beyond. In exchange, I ask for one night." The words poisoned the air. 1,000 horses meant survival, strength, power, but the price stripped the offer bare. Red Willow's staff struck the ground like thunder. "You think to buy what is not for sale," he said. Calder's voice hardened. "I think to reclaim what is mine. Winter comes, enemies circle. Horses mean life." From the shadows of a lodge stepped a woman, her posture calm, her eyes steady. "My name is Eliza," she said. "I came here because I was afraid of that man." Calder stiffened. "You are my wife." "I was your possession," she replied quietly. Red Willow declared that no decision would be made until dawn, and Calder withdrew to camp beyond the creek, convinced that hunger and cold would finish his work for him. Night wrapped the plains in uneasy silence. Fires burned low as councils argued deep into darkness, honor against survival, dignity against winter. Eliza listened, knowing she was the spark at the center of the storm. "If my presence brings danger," she told Red Willow, "I will go." The chief shook his head. "Danger comes regardless. What matters is who we become when it arrives." Across the creek, Calder stared into his fire, confidence battling a creeping doubt. He had always believed everything had a price, but doubt gnawed at him as the stars wheeled overhead. Dawn came sharp and cold, exposing sleepless faces and heavy hearts. The elders spoke of winter's teeth and the power 1,000 horses could bring. Others spoke of a boundary that once crossed could never be redrawn. At last, Eliza stepped forward. "I will speak, not as an object, but as a person," she said. "If you send me back under his terms, you teach the world your honor can be bought. If you keep me against my will, you teach the same. Whatever you choose, choose yourselves." Red Willow listened, then raised his staff. "We will not trade a woman's dignity," he declared, "but neither will we ignore winter." A new path was forged, not a bargain, but a reckoning. The horses would be held as restitution for past wrongs. Calder had committed against their land. Eliza would choose her future openly at dawn. If she returned freely, Calder would leave with his herd. If she stayed, Calder would leave with his life and nothing more. When Calder rode forward to hear the terms, his laughter was sharp and brittle. "You can't rewrite the world," he scoffed. "The world rewrites men who think they own it," came the reply. Before both peoples, Red Willow called Eliza forward. The wind lifted her hair as she looked at the man she had married, the man who mistook control for love. "I will not return to a life where my voice never mattered," she said. "I choose to stay." Silence followed, then the sound of a boundary holding firm. Calder's face drained of color. His hand twitched near his belt, but the line of warriors did not waver. "Leave," Red Willow said. Calder mounted and rode away, smaller with every step. A man learning that power can collapse under its own weight. Winter came hard, but the horses changed everything. Children rode laughter into the cold mornings. Trade routes reopened. Enemies kept their distance. Eliza found a life measured by seasons instead of ownership, and Red Willow watched his people endure without surrendering who they were. Calder never returned. When spring came, part of the herd was returned as promised. A story carried forward on hooves and memory, a story of honor that could not be bought, of a woman who chose herself, and of a dawn that counted the cost and paid it in courage. If this story gripped you, if you felt the weight of that decision and the power of standing firm when everything tempts you to bend, then don't let the journey end here. Subscribe to the channel now for more unforgettable stories of courage, sacrifice, and choices that change destiny, because the next story may challenge everything you think you know.